Hi, I'm Erik Linask here at the Miami Beach Convention Center here at IT Expo East 2011. I'm talking with Ben Bronston, who is a telecom lawyer. Welcome, Ben. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for coming to IT Expo.
Thanks, Erik. I appreciate it.
So I guess the first question I've got to ask is, what exactly is a telecom lawyer? What does a telecom lawyer do?
Funny you should ask that question. I get it all the time. Telecom lawyer, in a nutshell, is a lawyer who understands the telecom industry and the related technologies that are involved in doing today's telecom. And what that really means also is that you have to have a working knowledge of regulation, of contracts, of the players in the industry, in terms of the vendors who are out there, the platform providers, etc. So a telecom lawyer is basically, to sum it all up, somebody who knows the industry really well and has also learned it in the law.
But as you were telling me off camera, you're not a courtroom litigator. So what do you do with that knowledge?
Well, my clients range from equipment vendors, VARs, service providers, cloud service providers, as well as on the distributor side, the indirect channel agents, master agents, consultants, etc. So I put my knowledge of telecom to work by typically drafting contracts for my clients, reviewing and helping my clients negotiate contracts. There's quite a bit of merger and acquisition activity in the industry, and I represent many clients who are either buying or selling other companies. And so that is really what I do, as opposed to courtroom litigation, which is really not my forte. But I do have other people in my firm who handle that.
Got it. So, when you're talking about drawing up contracts, with the increasing complexity of products and services that people are using, and this ongoing need to reduce costs and increase savings, those contracts have got to be getting increasingly complex as well.
Well, arguably, yes, although there's an old joke in the telecom law industry, if you will, or the telecom law profession, that there really is only one telecom legal contract, and it was drafted about 35 years ago, and it's just been recycled for different uses over the last 35 years. That's a joke, obviously. That's not anywhere near the truth. You have to constantly take the knowledge that you develop through product innovation and changes in regulation, and you have to be nimble and knowledgeable enough to know how to change the contracts to make them applicable for each specific situation. Because technology changes so fast, as you know, a contract you draft yesterday may be totally inapplicable tomorrow.
Very true. So, what are the hottest things that your clients are doing these days?
Well, I guess in one word, I would have to say the cloud. And cloud means different things to different people, but essentially, it's any kind of service that can be accessed through the internet. And I represent many companies who are providing services on a hosted basis, as well as several marketing companies that sell those services. So a thorough knowledge of the cloud, how it works, how it's being applied in real life on an everyday basis is really essential in knowing how to properly draft the contracts that my clients need.
So, with some of your customers being service providers and CLECs and such, what are your thoughts on net neutrality? Good, bad, necessary, not?
Well, I don't really tend to deal with that issue very much, but I guess my own personal feeling is that, at the end of the day, the consumer's the one who really needs to benefit from whatever the FCC comes down with in terms of rulings, and in whatever the courts ultimately decide once the rulings are challenged. As long as the consumer is protected and the small business owner is protected, I'm all for it.
Fair enough. What are some of the exciting things you've seen here at the show so far?
Well, I've been busy manning my booth, so I haven't really had a chance to wander the show yet, but what's really exciting to me in terms of the people who've come by my booth is just the sheer number of new entrants into the marketplace. Many different people who feel that they have a valuable service that they can offer and the technology that they've developed, and they want to roll it out and start selling services, typically hosted services, to small businesses and even residential customers. And that's probably the most exciting thing is I've been doing this for 18 out of the 21 years that I've been practicing law has been spent exclusively in telecom. And the innovation that has taken place over the course of that 18 years is absolutely unbelievable. 18 years ago when I first started, really you had nothing more than straight long-distance resellers. Then the Telecom Reform Act of 1996 was enacted, which basically over a period of time opened up local competition. Now everything is completely IP-based. Internet telephony is the name of the game, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
So with all these new startups and younger companies out there, I imagine a lot of that leads to some of the M&A activity that you referenced earlier.
Absolutely. Typically with an M&A transaction, at the end of the day, the acquiring company is looking to either A, figure out a way to make more money through economies of scale, or B, gain access to some marketing expertise or technological expertise that they don't currently possess. And so because of all of the advancements in technology, it's really spurred a lot of activity in terms of mergers and acquisitions also.
Absolutely. Any bets on what the next major merger acquisition is going to be in the space?
I wouldn't be surprised if Google does something really, really big. They've got more cash than anybody else put together, and they're extremely well run. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were going to take the lead on the next big deal.
Certainly can't wait to find out.
Me neither.
We're talking here at IT Expo East 2011 in Miami with Ben Bronston. Ben, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you, Eric. Take care.